In the dead of night, when the world is asleep, something stirs in the shadows. Are you ready to face what lurks in the dark? Welcome to Scary Tales.
The year was 1922. The Gruber family lived here, far from the nearest town. The head of the family, Andreas Gruber, was a farmer in his 60s. His wife, Kasparina, and their daughter, Victoria, lived with him. Victoria's two children, Kazilia and Joseph, also called this home. Together, they lived a quiet and hard life on the farm, until something terrible happened. The Grubers were not alone in their isolation. For weeks leading up to the murders, the family reported strange events. They heard footsteps in the attic, where no one should have been. The family dog barked incessantly at the night. And there were unsettling discoveries. Footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leaving. On March 31, 1922, the silence of the HINTERKAFIK farm was broken. A neighbor, worried that the family hadn't been seen for days, went to check on them. What he found would forever change the course of history. The bodies of 6 people: Andreas Gruber, his wife Kasparina, their daughter Victoria, and her 2 children Kazilia and Joseph, were found brutally murdered in their own home. The family was bludgeoned to death with a heavy, blunt object. But the terror didn't end there. Even more chilling than the murders themselves were the events that followed. The murderer, or murderers, hadn't fled the scene immediately. Instead, they stayed at the farm for days, hiding in the attic. Authorities found that the killer had used the attic as a place to hide after the murders. They ate the family's food, slept in their beds, and even interacted with the animals on the farm. It was as if the murderer had been living there, undetected for days. A bloody axe was discovered on the property, a tool that was likely used to carry out the brutal killings. But what made this case even more bizarre was the lack of evidence. There were no signs of forced entry, no obvious motive, and no clear suspects. Over the years, many theories have been proposed, but none have come close to solving the mystery of HINTERKAFIK. One of the first suspects was the farm's maid, who had quit the week before the murders. She claimed that she had felt uneasy in the house and that strange occurrences had been happening, including hearing voices at night. But there was no solid evidence to tie her to the killings. Another theory pointed to the possibility that someone from the nearby village was involved. It was known that the Grubers were not wealthy, but they did have a few valuable possessions. Could it have been a robbery gone wrong? However, nothing was ever stolen from the house. Some investigators even speculated that Andreas Gruber's daughter, Victoria, may have been involved. She had been in a romantic relationship with her own father, and rumors suggested that the children might not have been Andreas's. But even this theory remains just a dark possibility with no concrete evidence. Despite numerous
Subscribe Scary Tales for more interesting videos and mysteries.